Some movies take 30 minutes to get scary. Others grab you by the throat in the first 5. Today, we're talking about those opening scenes that made us afraid to even keep watching.
We're counting down the best horror movie openings of all time. The ones that set the tone, raised the bar, and made horror history.
Plus, we'll hit a few horror news updates, play another round of Would You Rather, and share our pulse picks of the week. Let's go. How we doing, Chris Pagnosi? How we feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. I don't know if I necessarily have any news updates. I feel like we're getting like blasted from everything with movies coming out, and I don't know. I wasn't really on social media this past weekend. So
You sent me that post about the 13 Ghosts TV show. So
I sent that to you because
made me. Yeah, did I
me.
manifest that, or did I already read it and forgot? Could have been both.
I think it's safe to say that you manifested it, and they should send you some sort of paycheck.
For sure. They listen to
if they start using your ideas.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun. That'll be awesome. That'll be cool. Like I said, I wonder what direction they'll go in. Are they going to just go, they're in the house of all 13 ghosts, or are they going to go like more what I was talking about, where it's like each episode is a ghost, or each season is a ghost, you know?
Yeah, I think it's smart to do what you were talking about, especially to stretch that out and sort of build up any type of lore in this universe that they're creating. And you know what would be interesting is if they used a whole new set of ghosts.
That would be cool. Introduce some,
because we've seen the ones in the movie and they're fun, but
they are fun. They all have names too, which is that's a tough little piece of trivia. If you can like name 5 or 3 or 5 of the 13 ghosts, that's tough.
I would promise you there are some people who
can.
I
bet 100%. 100%. So what else going on? Anything you watch? Anything good?
Well, I saw that they finished wrapping. They finished filming the Crystal Lake TV show.
Okay, cool. And that's
which I am a little bit excited about. I like that. I think
is that going to be Peacock? You think, or Paramount?
I think that's Peacock, and I think it stars Linda Cardellini.
Oh, nice. Is going to be
as Mrs. Voorhees.
Okay,
if I'm
nice. She's great.
I think.
What's not to love about her?
And then I also saw some stuff about Welcome to Derry, and I know we're getting real close.
Yeah, that's
to that
26th. So real close.
This upcoming weekend.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh man, I cannot believe that we're almost done.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. It really does. It's came and went. It's too quick.
I haven't done enough spooky things. Have you done anything spooky?
Let's see. What have I done that's spooky?
And that could be like even just, going to like a
pumpkin I love
farm or a haunted house.
Pumpkin farms. No, I don't. I don't want to. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to spend any money on haunted houses, but they're okay. Haunted houses are hit or miss for me, especially where I'm at.
Oh,
you got to drive to all the good ones where I'm at. So yeah. Illinois has some really cool ones down south. They have some sick haunted houses there, but they're pricey, But
yeah, I think in like Lamont.
But you got to support them. You got to get out there. If that's your thing, go do it, because it's one of those things where I could quickly see it not being a thing. So I'm glad that they're still strong. We actually have one little right across from my house is a little like arcade golf, like miniature golf place, but it's very like locally owned. But they do like a haunted house in the back of their property there, so it's right across the street. They have a very cool like giant skeleton that's on top of their roof, and it is giant. It's one of those big inflatable ones, and it takes up almost the entire roof. It's pretty sweet. I'm like, I need that for my house. Get one of those.
Let me ask you, while you just mentioned that, it made me think of how this might be a really controversial topic here, is talking about like decorating Halloween. I have noticed, and I have a lot of neighbors who have shifted completely to inflatables.
Yeah.
It's so, I don't want to say that you're cheating, but like it doesn't have that same.
It doesn't.
Nostalgic feeling, I think, is what I'm bummed
That's my
about.
thing about them, is that like, I completely agree with that. It's like I mean, there are some cool ones for sure, no doubt about it. I've seen ones, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"That one was cool," but the majority of them are, like, very child friendly in a way, like, it's hard to make an inflatable that's, like,
Yes.
got, like, a little, there are some cool ones, and then they're very expensive, and my whole thing about it is that, like, I live by a lot of trees, and my first thought is, like, I'm gonna spend $100 on this thing or more, and then if it pops, then what do I do? I
Yeah.
gotta tape it up and hope for the best or, like, sew it, like, I don't know, it's like, yeah, what happens? So, that's my whole thing about them is, like, yeah, they're
I just don't think there's no creativity to it. That's what I'm getting at, is that it's really easy
yeah,
to just inflate that and leave it out there, and that's it. That's all they do.
I'm a big blow mold guy, so I have too many, uh, especially during COVID, I was hitting up all the yard sales and going to the thrift shops and trying to find any old plastic blow molds that I could find, and
I
in
love
the
that.
matter of, like, 5 years, I found quite a few, and there's like, every once in a while, you'll pass somebody's house, will be like, "That's a good one. I don't got that one. Where do I find that one at? Where was that at?" You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to
Y
see that. I'd like to
yeah.
see your
Yeah, for
decorations.
sure. Yeah, we're gonna be having a little Halloween get together, Halloween party here. Uh, I don't wanna reveal what my costume's going to be, but I will
Yeah, save that for
I'll
online.
send you a photo, we'll tag Monster Pulse when the time comes. That's
Please
gonna be
do.
Saturday, having everybody over, so I'm excited. Gonna be a good time. What about you?
Man,
You got
that's
anything going on? Anything that same question to you, have you done anything spooky?
No, funny enough, I might actually try to go to a haunted house this
Nice.
weekend. I haven't been in
Would you have,
forever,
like, one in
and
mind or just gonna look them
I
up?
don't have one in mind
Okay.
yet. What's weird is that you think that there would be more, like, actually in
Yeah,
Chicago, but they tend to be in the
right.
surrounding areas,
It's mostly like
and
bar crawls, like Haunted Bar in Chicago, right? Where
right,
y
and I don't
there's
need
one
that.
over
I
when it's not much of a shout out, but there is a place that is across from the Cubby Bear in Wrigley Field, right across from Wrigley Field. Uh, you go on where the Cubby Bear is, right on the corner there.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
down the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
street, literally like 5 or 6 places, and they did a pop-up last year. Really, really cool. It was all, like, carnival themed,
Um,
and it was sick in there. It was really, really cool. So, whatever
okay.
the name of
I'll
that
look into
place
that.
is, I rec
Whatever
I
that place
recommend
is,
that place. I forget what it was.
I'll just
They did
start popping myself
they
into
did a
those places.
they do pop-up, so they did, like, a Christmas theme as well, but the Halloween one
Mm,
was very cool.
okay. Yeah, I think if I wanna go to, like, a proper haunted house, I've gotta get in my car and, like, go out to, like, Aurora or south to, like, I think I was saying Lamont, I think, is where the Zombie Army Productions, shout out to them.
Yeah,
Think they do several haunted houses. They used to do Statesville.
Statesville.
Do you
Oh,
remember
yeah.
Statesville? It was like a haunted
Oh, yeah.
house in an
Yeah, no,
old
yeah.
abandoned
Oh,
prison.
yeah. That was huge. Is that
I don't know if they do that one
Oh, okay.
anymore, but I know that they've got,
Same
like,
s
their own
Yeah,
property
right.
now, and
I bet.
yeah,
That was huge. That was a big deal.
yeah.
That was, like,
Oh,
mid-2000s. That was hot. All all the
yeah.
advertisements for Statesville.
Oh,
Right.
man, Statesville was everywhere, and there's, like, a long line for that. But, I mean, yeah, I'd like to try to get that in there before, before the month is over,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, it's
That's it,
crazy.
though. That's
I
kind of
know.
it.
I know. Um, so yeah, so what about watching? What have you been watching? Anything good?
Yeah, I spent the weekend watching things that weren't even on my list.
Nice.
I was I was watching well, I went and rewatched the first 3 Screams, and even those they're, 1 and 2 are
Yeah.
fun, and then you get to 3
Yeah.
and yeah. But, those weren't on my list, and, I did those. I, um I almost need to, like, pull up my
Yeah, let me
letterbox,
to do the
but,
same.
yeah, I've been watching things that, like, I haven't seen in
Yeah.
years. One movie I did watch that was on my list was, Dark Harvest.
Nice. What's that playing on?
Dark Harvest is on
And
Tubi.
what'd you think?
That was fun. It was a very original idea, and I enjoyed
Just trying to
that.
find my list.
Let me see. I also watched, Bear with me here while I get my profile here. I'm on my letterbox. I rewatched The Ruins.
Okay, nice.
If you haven't seen that, that one's a lot of fun with a great cast. I did watch 30 Days a Night, which was on my list.
Classic.
I watched a brand new movie that came out on Hulu this Halloween season called The Man in the
I
Basement
don't know that one.
with Willem Dafoe. And
Okay.
that was very interesting. And I knew nothing about that movie going into it. And
Is that
it was entertaining.
older?
It's dark.
Is that older or newer?
No. This just came out.
Oh,
This is a
all right,
2025. It
not
like straight
familiar.
to Hulu.
Nice with William Dafoe. Huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Man in the Basement.
And then
Spooky or like
Man in the
a
Basement.
thriller?
More of a psychological
Okay.
thriller, but there's definite like apparition. Like there's like a ghosts involved.
Okay.
I don't want to say too
Sure,
much
sure.
because yeah, but it was very very fun. But I had never seen that, and I had never seen um what was the name of the other movie that was on my list, and it was very very out
What was
there.
that one?
Um, I'm thinking of the name. It was on my. Let me. You tell me some of yours while I look
Okay.
this up.
Let's see. What have I watched? Still watching some. I was watching old Scooby Doo earlier. Watching old Scooby Doo episodes, so that was nice. I had that on in the background. I still have it a
Love
little
that.
playing back there. They just did the. Looks like they're doing the Captain Cutler episode right now, which is one of my favorite. Ooh. Let's see. What else have I watched? We watched the whatever that was, 2017 the one with Skarsgård. We watched that.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we watched? We watched several things like on one day in a row, just kind of was flipping through and we rewatched The Conjuring. And I think I skipped one on my list, but my phone won't load, so I can't pull up my my countdown list. Let's see what else. Trying to think.
I just found the movie I was
What was
thinking
yours?
of. The Empty Man.
The
Have
Empty
you seen
Man.
this?
No, I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar.
It's very very out there,
The Empty
and
Man.
it's more about a man investigating a cult
Oh, okay.
and some disappearances.
Huh.
It's I would say the first like the opening of this movie is fantastic,
Okay.
and it takes place like in the mountains, and then it jumps to more of like a suburban environment.
Oh, okay.
So just the change from that was impressive. But that one is it's on Hulu right now, and it's
Yeah.
bonkers.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Hulu. Absolutely bonkers is
I also watched.
really bonkers, really out there.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Yeah.
bonkers. Yeah,
What else?
like you have no idea where the movie's
Okay.
going.
I'll check it out. I've not heard of that.
Yeah, that's The Empty Man. You know what? A movie I had never seen from 1981, and I'm ashamed to say that like somehow I had just it had slipped by me was The
The
Howling.
Howling, nice. I don't think I've ever seen The Howling either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. If you love werewolf movies, this is a staple, and I'm sure a lot of people who are listening are horror fans that have seen this, and
Yeah.
it's just one of those like I said, I'm a little embarrassed that I hadn't seen it. I think it was more about like accessibility.
Yeah.
I think it was like just streaming on Prime for the first time in a while.
I remember the
Maybe not as great.
like that
Go ahead.
terrifying transformation when he's like half man, half like werewolf. It's kind of like Fright
Yes.
Night-ish looking, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And what's crazy is like this is coming out like just about the same time as American Werewolf in
Oh, okay.
London, and they're two of the greatest
Yeah.
werewolf movies of all
Yeah.
time. And it just goes to show you that practical effects is the
Right.
king.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Trust a makeup artist over a computer any
Yeah,
day.
that's true. I forgot that we were off last week. So I'm like looking. I finally was able
Yeah.
to pull up my list. So now I it all came running back to me. I also watched the original Scream. I watched The Witch, and I watched Hush and the OG Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead. So
Oh,
those
yeah.
all those
Yeah.
four in a row. I watched those like pretty much back to back. Hush was uh nice to revisit, still great. For
Mhm.
some reason in my head, I kept thinking that the killer, was intertwined with her somehow, like knew her. And I don't know where I pulled that
Mm.
from, but then when I was rewatching it, I was like, "Oh, I guess he's not. Like he's just a guy." Unless I missed it again.
Yeah, kinda like in The
Right.
Strangers that it's
It's
just
just a guy.
wrong
Yeah.
place, you know, like
And I don't know why, for some reason in my head, I thought he was like hired or someone who knew her, like sent him there or something, but I'm pretty sure after rewatching it, it was just a guy.
just like
Yeah.
a
Just a
random
crazy guy.
I think that really hits you when, he doesn't know that she is
Yeah.
deaf. So that's like yeah, like, that's when you're like, "Oh, he has no idea who she
Right.
is, otherwise he would've been
Right,
aware
that's a
of
good
this
point,
thing."
yeah. I guess in some place in my mind, I was, like, thinking, like, "Oh, it's revealed that, like I said, like, somebody hired him," but then you're right, yeah, I guess he
Mm.
would've been told, like, "Oh, by the way, she's deaf." If it was a
Somebody online just did this really great, breakdown that potentially links it closer to, Gerald's Game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, both Mike Flanagan
Right,
movies, I think Hush is an original, but Gerald's Game is a Stephen King
right.
story, but I think in Gerald's Game, what they were saying is that, like, the book is written by the girl like, one of the books that they're reading where it's on the shelf is written by, um
In Gerald's Game, you can see on the shelf her book. That's a cool
correct,
little, yeah.
from because she's a
Right,
writer
right,
in
right.
Hush.
That's kinda fun. That's a nice
Yeah,
little Easter egg
um,
for, Mike Flanagan fans.
Mike
Yeah.
Flanagan
Yeah,
universe.
absolutely. Yeah, and then,
Yeah,
OG Evil Dead was, I mean, it's
yeah.
ridiculous. It's just like that's
It
I
is.
don't know when's the last time you watched it, but the scene where one of the girls is dying is like a full minute of her just making noises as she dies. And they're just watching her for like a full minute of film. It's just like, "Yeah, she just is that got the most high pitched scream as she dies."
It's like
And I was
filler.
just like watching it. I'm like, man, I was like, they really have her dying for a while
Yeah.
before they cut to something else. And it was like, my cats are like, got like giant eyes while she's screaming. But yeah, so yeah,
That's that moment in a movie when it just keeps going on, like, you just
yeah,
start to, like, lower the
yeah,
volume
exactly.
until,
Yeah.
like, "Okay, until this."
Absolutely. Yeah, and then we watched The Witch, which was great, it's always good. Also, too, something I noticed about that was, how little you actually see of the witch, and in my head, that as
Mhm.
well, I don't think I was like, "Do we ever see her?" Because like, at the beginning, the iconic beginning, which, spoiler alert, it's the whole everybody knows the baby scene. The baby is, that was in,
Yeah.
like, the
Yeah.
trailer, I think, when that movie was first coming out, but they show her just, like, a smidge right there, and, uh, then you see her I think you only see her one other time after that, and the rest of it is all, um, like the yeah,
Implied, like, that
you see, like, a
she's
very young witch, and then at the end, you
yes.
see all of the witches, but then, um, yeah, like, the scary old lady evil witch is only, I think, on film, I think they only show her in 2 scenes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so just, like, something like that where I was like, in my head, I was like, "I don't even remember what she looks like," and then
Right. I
when I rewatched it, I'm like, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, that's terrifying." Like, she's scary. She's scary. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I like my
Yeah,
witches.
scary. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
not like the
Yeah.
hot, like yeah, not into hot witches. Uh,
I don't want to be attracted to the
to a
evil witch.
evil witch, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, it
Right.
was good to rewatch that. That is just such a great film. It's really good. It's just really well done.
Yeah, I know I have I veered off from my list a little bit, but I still plan to rewatch them, especially like this upcoming
Yeah,
weekend. It's like that's what I'll be doing
right.
is
Yeah,
watching
get through it.
horror
Yeah,
movies.
absolutely. Yeah, so what else? What about, like, out of those ones that you listed, like The Man in the Basement, The Empty Man, a lot of man themes with yours. You went Empty Man in the
Yeah.
Basement. Uh,
Not on purpose.
what was the other one out of those that you listed? Which was your would you say you enjoyed most?
Probably The
The
Howling.
Howling. Yeah.
Probably The Howling just because of the story. It's so crazy. The beginning of this movie is like not what you'd expect. Like it starts off with a it's Dee Wallace and she's like a news reporter in LA and she's being stalked by this creep who is like calling her and they set up like an undercover like news story to try to like bust him and then uh turn this into like an expose and the bust kind of goes wrong and she is left kind of scarred from this like mentally it's a kind of like
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
this
right,
traumatic
right.
experience that she cannot go back on air so her doctor tells her to go up the coast to this like retreat that he has and then it starts to shift into like um the more like traditional werewolf movie
Okay.
but it's really well told it's a Joe Dante film
Yeah,
who Joe Dante The
right.
Burbs um and it's just really, really well-made movie and not as great as in my opinion, not as great as An American Werewolf in London, but
Sure.
certainly a great '80s horror movie.
Yeah, can't go. I mean, Joe Dante has got some great stuff. Yeah, Burbs, Gremlins, Small Soldiers, which has there's some scary. There's a little bit of spook in all of his spooky stuff in all of his films. Really, if you think about it. I mean, obviously Gremlins, but Small Soldiers has like there's an eeriness to it. Like I don't know when's the last time you saw that, but there's
Yeah,
an like an infant
a long time.
Barbie scene that scarred me as a child where all of the Barbies are like disfigured and some of them are like missing
Yes.
hands and they're torturing Kirsten Dunst and yeah, that
Oh,
that
yeah.
definitely sticks out in my
Which is
mind.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah, kinda like what you used to do with, like,
Yeah,
toys, like, kind of
yeah,
Frankenstein them.
absolutely, true. Yeah, no, he's a great guy. He's still alive,
Um,
right? Yeah.
yes,
See how
yes,
old Joe Dante is.
he is. I just don't know if he's,
Let's see. 70?
working on anything, but I
78.
know that there have been a lot of talks about Gremlins
I mean,
3,
how great would that be?
and it would be awesome if he
That'd
did
be
it. I
great.
don't know if he would, but
You know what I've never seen, but I always want to is Inner Space. Have you ever heard of that? The 1987 movie Inner
oh,
Space?
with
Yep,
Martin Short?
never seen that.
With Dennis Quaid and Martin
Yeah.
Short?
Yeah, have you seen that?
It's
Is
so
it?
good.
Alright, I'll check it out. I've never seen it. Yeah,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
watched
and
that.
it's crazy. It's, one of the villains in that is in The
Oh,
Howling,
okay.
so that's
There you go.
connects those 2
Yeah, nice.
movies.
Yeah, never seen Inner Space. That's on,
Inner
I think
Space.
that's, on that might also be on Peacock. I'm trying to think.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's on something and it's in my how you can, like, save movies and make, like, a little collection of to watch. It's
Mhm.
in one of my to watches, and I swore it was on Peacock, but maybe it's Paramount too. Because I wasn't doing Paramount, I did the trial thing, and then
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
took a month, so I'm like, "Alright." There's a lot of good stuff on there. I mean, it's like I just hate all of the accumulation of streaming services that you end up having to have.
I agree. I agree. That's
Dri
why I've cut back
drives me nuts.
on a lot of them.
Going back to VHS.
Like you said at in episode, 1 when we returned, it's physical
Yeah.
media. It's always
I'm
there
gonna
for
start
you.
buying Blu-rays and see if they can move them over to VHS, see if I can pay somebody to just transfer them over to VHS.
Down
Yeah, yeah,
res
can
them.
you make this a VHS?
Can you make this look
Yeah.
worse? I want it to
I
look
c That's gotta be a
lived
thing. That's
lived
gotta be a
in.
thing that somebody's doing. Somebody's doing that.
Well, I know that they do, certain filmmakers will do, like, a special
I was
VHS
just
release, and I'm
thinking that,
sure there's
yeah.
some way of but you can get that look in most, editing
Right, right.
systems,
That's
so
probably all it is. They're just add a
that's
filter
all it
on it,
is.
put it on put on
Yep.
the tape. It's gonna be
Yeah, you
it's
can
gonna
do
be the
that in
most expensive
Snapchat or
part, putting it on the
Instagram.
tape. All right, so I love what you, put on our schedule for today, which is some of our favorite, horror movie openings. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, like this is an iconic thing, right? Like we're exactly what we said in the intro. We have some films where they're slow burns and some that cut right to the chase. And
Yeah.
I'm partial to I like both, but nothing like a good grab you right in the first few minutes, to really keep things
Agreed.
going. So what are your favorites? What are some of your favorites?
Well, one of them really comes to mind, and this isn't necessarily looked at as, like, a great horror movie, but the beginning of the movie Ghost Ship is so much fun,
So
and
good.
it's, like, setting up, like, this
Yeah.
disaster, like, it's almost, this is this weird quick side
Yeah.
tangent, but in college, I had a writing, like, class that I went to LA
Okay.
for, and they would bring in, like, special writers, and they brought in the writing duo from
Oh,
Ghost
okay.
Ship,
Cool.
and they had said something about how they like to come up with their ideas, and they literally, like, put movies into a
Oh,
hat
wow.
and then pluck them out,
Cool.
and so if you were to pull out, like,
Uh,
Titanic meets and
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
whatever, like, they
Yeah.
came up with, like, Poltergeist
Yeah.
or whatever, that's sort of like how they came up with this
Sure.
Ghost Ship, but the thing about the opening of this movie that makes it so much fun is that this isn't like your main characters, and I sorta love that in a horror
Yeah.
movie, like, when you sort of wipe out an entire
Yeah.
group just to set up the real
Yeah.
story, and the tension, pun
Yeah.
intended here, because there's
Yeah.
this amazing table that comes through
Yeah.
and sorta wipes out
Yeah.
everybody. It's just so well
It
done,
really is.
and I remember seeing it in the movie theater, and it was like,
Yeah.
was it the best part of the movie?
Right.
Probably.
Yeah. I was I was I was waiting for that part. It it really yeah,
But
but man,
that's
is it really hooks you. It hooks you.
yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking of when I was thinking of this episode is, like, those moments,
Yeah.
that really sort of make or break the
Yeah.
movie.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like we don't gotta spend a lot of time on it, but obviously Halloween, I mean, has got just one
Oh,
of
yeah.
just the best start to here's the monster, here he is, here's the guy
Yeah.
we're afraid of, I mean, that iconic scene. Michael! I mean, it
You
just yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you're actually seeing the birth
Y
of a
yeah.
killer,
Yeah.
like this
Right.
child who does the
Yeah.
unspeakable and
Yeah.
becomes Michael Myers in that
Yep.
intro.
Yeah. Uh, it
It's
is, it
amazing.
is. What else you got? You got any others?
Well, I think everyone's gonna be like, Scream.
Scream.
Scream, you gotta
Gotta
talk
talk
about
about
Scream
Scream.
because it really
Yeah.
is epic. Like, it was on the background of my TV earlier today, and, like, it's just the whole Drew Barrymore conversation back and forth with this
Yeah.
killer is just so great. When you're I mean, it really spawned like, that intro, I think, is what spawned all of these
Yeah.
sequels, and, like, it's because of that iconic phone, the voice, the phrase, "What's your favorite scary movie?"
Yeah, it's
She actually says it's
yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, yeah, it's, I mean, really rewatching that, it's such an awesome homage to just horror movies in general, like, Wes Craven just hit it out of the park with that. Whoever helped him with that whoever wrote that script, did he write that all by himself? I don't
I think it's gotta be Kevin
yeah,
Williamson who is like, I think he wrote just about all
yeah,
of them, and he is a fantastic
yeah,
writer, especially in this genre with, writing for, like, that high school
yeah,
crowd.
yeah,
Um, it's so good. It's basically creating well-rounded young
yeah,
adults that make you want to cheer for them, you know? Like,
yeah, and
the cast of Scream
So good.
is
It's iconic.
one of the one of the greatest casts in a horror
It
movie.
really is. I love yeah, the Drew Barrymore scene at the beginning is you're right, it's just it really does, it just gets you going for it. I mean, it's terrifying, it's a gruesome death. I mean, you feel for her. There's a lot of lore between, like, I've heard, like, they originally wanted her to be the Nev Campbell character, but instead, like, due to I forgot what exactly it was, if it was like a conflict of filming or just
Like
yeah, or she
scheduling
just
or
was like, "No, I just wanna be the intro girl." I forgot exactly what it is, but I've heard that before. Also, a fun little fact is the cover of Scream, the main poster that they use, that's actually from the headshots that they took, the promo photos of Drew Barrymore, and then they cut it down. So that's
Oh,
a fun little
really?
fact for you. You can look up like essentially just like Drew Barrymore Scream promos, and there's like 6 or 7 different ph photos that they took, and then you'll see the one that they actually ended up using for the poster and the VHS
Okay.
cover, yeah, but they're really cool. Some of them are because like, if I'm correct, I can look it up, but I think it's kinda, like, got, like, a blue tint to it. Yeah, like her, like, holding her hand in front of her face, it's got, like, a blue tint, and then the cast is around it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Drew Barrymore on the front there. So little
Okay.
fun little trivia for you if you guys are going out to any trivia
That's great.
tonight.
I love
Speaking of
it.
which, I'm hosting the trivia tomorrow. If you're in Northwest Indiana, come on by St. John, Indiana. Come over to 41 North Tavern, and I'm hosting a Halloween
Are you
trivia.
doing a Halloween themed
I
trivia?
am. I am. We've got
Great.
60 questions packed full of Halloween nonsense.
Love it.
Different rounds, doing some music, Halloween music, doing, of course, a bunch of movie questions, and then I tried
Yeah.
to think of a different round for this year. I'm doing urban legends. So I was trying to dig deep into some like obscure. I did candy last year, so it was just like chocolate bars split in half, and then you had to just name what chocolate bar I was showing you the inside of, which is honestly like you
I
get like
hate that I would be really
yeah,
good at
you
that.
I did like 10 of them, and like some of them, like people who were like, "That's 100 grand bar." I'm like, "You know your chocolate, buddy." Like that guy, like
You
that's
know
tough.
your chocolate. You know your
No
treats.
rapper just split 100 grand bar. I mean, that's tough. You start getting into Baby Ruth and
Wow.
Payday, you really got to know your stuff. You got to know what they look
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
know what's in them. Yeah, so we did.
It's like George Costanza with his candy bar lineup.
Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like that.
Um,
Mm.
well, that sounds like a really
Yeah.
great night of trivia. I wish I could
Sorry,
go
I'm
to
sorry,
that.
I'm getting off track here with
No,
our
it's fine.
intros here. I feel like we skipped one, which is Jaws. Jaws, you
Yeah.
put on there. Jaws is a great intro. Uh, iconic,
The
again,
ones I put on there, I think, are just like, like the
can't
iconic ones
skip
that we
them.
we kinda
Can't
have to
skip them. Yeah.
reference.
Uh,
You can't
yeah,
skip
no.
Jaws. It's an amazing
Yep.
opening. It's terrifying with the, like, the woman swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
Just it sets the whole tone of that
Yeah.
movie, and I think really I mean, I would love to have seen that in the theater. I
Oh,
imagine there
yeah.
was a lot of
Oh, I
screaming
bet.
and
Yeah.
yelling.
So it definitely scarred a lot of the older generation, that's for sure. You definitely have people who were afraid to swim because of that movie.
Can't go back
Yeah,
in the
pretty
water.
crazy. It's pretty wild. It's like there are no sharks here in Lake Michigan. You can go swimming if you want. No, can't. Sharks. Um, what else too? I'm trying to think of like someone.
I have
Yeah,
one
what do you got?
that came out in
Okay.
2018, and it's a really great opening, but it's also devastating, and I'm talking about the opening to A Quiet Place.
Nice. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Very
talking
sad.
about, like,
Yeah.
masterfully
Yeah.
telling the not just, the plot in the movie really is what is being explained, you know? They're, like, almost establishing the rules, like, you have to be incredibly quiet, and they're also showing you how they go to like, how they live in this world of
Yeah.
monsters, but at the end of the day, a kid still needs to play with a toy, and it
Right.
just, like,
Which is always
man.
smart to like, you know what? Like, let's put the 4-year-old in the back. And you're like, that's a good
Yeah.
idea. Like, definitely. Like, mom, dad, all right, let's go by age. The youngest is in the back, slowest, and like, not gonna put him in front of me playing with his rocket ship.
No way, this kid can't
Yeah, yeah, he
lead.
can't lead. So, yeah, put him in the back. Yeah, tragic though. Very, it is.
It's
It
just
is
devastating.
devastating.
He just wanted a
Yeah, he did.
toy.
He did steal it though, right?
He
They
just
put it
wanted to be
back
a
on the
kid.
shelf. They put it back on the shelf, and then he's like, well,
And it's
yeah,
the
he's like,
batteries.
yeah,
Yeah,
well.
it's just a really great movie opening,
Oh,
especially
that's right.
horror
Okay, he
movie
gives
opening.
him the toy, takes the batteries out, and then he grabs the batteries and puts them back in. Yeah,
I
I
think,
think you're right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
Ay, ay,
I had one.
ay.
Oh, Barbarian. Barbarian's got a very fun opening, right?
Oh, yeah.
Before we kind of get into the meat and potatoes of the movie and meet Justin Long, we have the
Mhm.
whole intro with Skarsgård, which is just great. Great opening.
Y Yeah, what's especially great about that opening is, like, you really don't know who
Yeah,
to
you really
trust,
don't.
and, I mean, to go into more Zach Cregger, I think Weapons is a great opening. It's
Yeah.
mostly
Yeah,
voiceover, but it's, like, establishing this great
for
mystery,
sure.
but I think similar to Barbarian, there is this mystery that's being set up, and you're like, "Oh, man, there's no way that double booking an Airbnb," you're like,
Yeah.
"No way," but, like, okay, yeah, I buy it, and
Right.
it's a really unfortunate thing that you're thinking, "Oh my god, is this really just gonna be a meet
You're right.
cute? Are they gonna,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
each other?" And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
Barbarian. That was that was good. I mean, it's definitely worth a watch. If you haven't seen it, go watch Barbarian. It's
Yeah, and I'm definitely rewatching it this
yeah.
week.
Let me think. What else do we got?
Oh man, there's like so many. One that really comes to mind is I think it's the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th, which is
Mm,
such a fun opening because it's almost like they're getting rid of like the tropes right at the top. They've got this group of like a band of like friends. They're like they've got the stoner and they've got the athletic guy, but it's mostly just about like trying to find that weed in the woods, and then like they the entire group gets wiped
yeah.
out like on this camping trip, and you're like, okay, we are off to the races. This movie just started, and you killed who I thought was the cast of this movie.
Right.
They're all
Yeah,
gone,
right.
and they're like, it's a really really
Uh,
fun opening. Like, if you can play with the idea of thinking that all of your stars just got
yeah.
killed
Yeah.
immediately, yeah, it's like you're, like, clapping. You're, like, clapping in the theater to that one. But I really, really liked that remake
That's a
of,
good one.
Friday the
That's a
13th,
good one.
and I think we're gonna be getting some more, Friday the 13th here soon. I think they finally figured out all the legality and BS of what was going on between the ownership
Right.
of that, and I think there's more Jason Voorhees coming soon, and I think the Camp Crystal Lake, TV show is gonna be a really fun place
Yeah.
to kinda, like, kick things
I'm
off again.
excited for that. Absolutely. That's gonna be good. And it's been a while. I mean, what was the last Jason movie? It's been well, probably
I think it
yeah,
was the
that right.
2009, I think it
Right.
was.
Yeah, that's a while ago. We're dating ourselves there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to think
I
The Dark and the Wicked. Do you
Yeah,
remember
I had one more
you
that
remember that one?
go ahead,
The
go you
Dark and
go.
the Wicked? The scene in the kitchen, right?
Oh,
Where she's
yeah.
chopping vegetables? Yeah.
Yep,
That
yep.
that one gets you
Yep.
going there. Yeah. All right, sorry.
Yeah,
What
that's
was
a good
yours?
one, that's a good one. I did not remember to put
Yeah.
that on there. One that I didn't put on the list that just popped into my head a second ago, crazy how I didn't remember this, but just the original Final Destination
Oh, yeah.
opening was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much fun with Devon
Yeah.
Sawag's group going to
Yeah.
France, and I thought that was, like, sort of like the blueprint for all the other Final
Yeah, for sure.
Destination
Second one's
movies.
great on the highway.
W
The highway one is good too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. These movies have
Yeah.
fantastic openings. Did you I don't think we talked about it. Did you see the new, Final
Yeah,
Destination movie?
Bloodlines. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe we
Did
did
we?
talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think what they did really well was, not reinventing the wheel here. I
Yeah.
mean, they sort of like kick things off the
Yeah.
same way with
Yeah.
the opening in
Yeah.
the restaurant, which was another just really great horror movie
Yeah.
opening.
Yeah, that was good. Um, they, I feel like, which is weird because obviously all the Final Destinations have CGI, but I just felt like the newest one, like I just felt like the CGI was like a
Yeah,
little, maybe just because there's so much of it now that you just
there
can't make a
is.
movie without it anymore. So it's just like so,
Well,
yeah,
I
you know,
I think what you can do is add in that many more death scenes if it's mostly going to be done in post and not
right,
practically. So I don't know if they were just trying to like squeeze in as much as they
yeah,
could, but I agree. I mean, I would really
right,
prefer, especially horror
right.
movies. But
Because I'm trying to remember in the first
it
Final,
was still a lot of
right,
fun.
first Final Destination, I feel like most of the deaths are not CGI. I feel like they're all like just like, you know,
Yeah.
standard practical, people choking and getting hung and getting stabbed and getting
Yeah. People getting zapped,
electrocuted and
electrocuted.
yeah,
Yeah. I do remember the last one I was gonna mention, and you already talked about rewatching it, but it was the new It, Bill Skarsgård,
yeah.
Georgie finding his, boat going down the
That's
drain,
good.
and then we're introduced to Pennywise
That's a
almost
good one.
immediately.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a good one. And I'm looking at what we wrote down here. It Follows, great opening. I mean, really, really good opening. It's terrifying that the beach, her on the beach is really, you're like, what the hell is that? And that's what's great about that movie is you truly, I mean, I remember going into that movie when it first, that was also one, like I remember early days of Netflix, that movie's probably almost 10 years old, if not older, right? Like 2013,
Yeah,
2013.
and they just today I was looking on Instagram, and I think they're already talking about the announcement of the
Yeah,
sequel.
yeah, which is, quite a gap in time, but man, it was
Yeah.
good. It was a good one, and I mean, definitely watch It Follows as well. Classic. Those are like ones I could see
Yeah.
people like letting that one slip under the radar. It doesn't get like that much love, but there's some really, really good stuff in it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it's, it gets kind of lumped in with all this, um, what were people calling like, uh, like
Yeah.
Hereditary and Get Out, they're calling it high,
Oh, yeah, like high art horror or whatever they're calling it. Right. Yeah,
yeah,
like fine art.
yeah. I mean, come on, horror is
Right.
horror.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, Get Out's got a good beginning. Hereditary's great. I wonder how far into Hereditary minute-wise is the pole scene? How soon into the movie? Because I feel like it's not like
I don't know.
immediate. It's not like a ghost
Right.
ship. It's not
No.
like the
No,
first 5
no.
minutes are boom, but also great marketing with them. When that movie was coming out, they sold that trailer like, "Here's your main character. Get ready for this movie about
Oh,
this little
yeah.
girl." And
When that trailer came out with the
yeah,
dollhouse and everything, I think people were
yeah,
just like,
yeah,
"What
what is
is
this?
this? What is this?"
Great marketing on that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then, yeah, same with Get Out. There's,
Get Out is a very fun
it is.
intro in the
Yeah,
suburbs.
so funny. Um,
Yeah, I think it is really I mean, not all horror movies have that iconic opening scene, but man, I gotta tell you, I have turned off some movies if I'm
yeah, same.
not pulled in within like the first 5 to 10
Yeah.
minutes. It's just like there's too many movies to watch. I'm not gonna like waste my time
Right,
on everything.
right. It's unless it's like something that you just like really love or something, or you just have like really hyped it up, and it's like if it's starting off
Mhm.
slow, then it is. But I feel like the way that like the studios are aware that like we're in the no attention span era. Like people's attention span are so like they need something that's going to hook them into a character and get them paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, 100% of that. And the other sad part is like I've talked to a lot of people lately who say they mostly watch movies on their computers,
Yeah.
and I don't think I've ever watched. Well, I've never watched a movie for the first time on a computer, but I know I have been in a situation whether I'm traveling or I'm on a
Sure, sure.
plane and I have watched a movie on the
Yeah.
computer, but it's usually a
Yeah,
rewatch.
sure. Yeah, no, I feel like
So we're in that
I have done
generation.
that for sure. I've definitely seen some movies on a plane. It's because I almost do the opposite. If I'm on a plane, I'm like, what have I not seen that I'm not going to like
Sure.
rent or what am I gonna watch for the next 2 hours until I fall asleep or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, no, though
I
we
get
hit
it.
out some really good ones. What else? What else? Should we we're getting down to about we're in 45 in. Should we start with some
Yeah, let's jump into some
yeah,
would you
let's do it. All
rathers.
right.
I the first one I put on here is just I was, it's a movie that I was rewatching um last week, uh the Underworld
Oh,
movies.
nice.
The
Yeah.
Underworld movies with
Yeah,
Kate
yeah, yeah.
Beckinsale, and it made me think of like, gosh, who am I really rooting for here? And I'm like, would I rather be a vampire or a
Right.
werewolf?
Yeah.
Like, would you rather be a vampire or
Oh,
a
man.
werewolf? Discuss.
In that universe?
It doesn't have to be that
Okay.
universe.
Cuz in
It
that
doesn't have to
universe I
be.
would want
It's
to
it's
be
just like,
the werewolf, I think. Yeah.
yeah,
Cuz all the vampires are like pretty
they
dicky.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah, they definitely seemed like the good
Right.
guys. Like they were
Right,
wronged.
right.
The Lycans,
Right,
we'll
the
say,
lichens, yeah.
were wronged in that universe. I've always been gravitated towards werewolves, and um, you really gotta break it down to like how painful is that
Yeah.
transformation. But would you want to live forever?
Right, both of them are living forever, right? Both of them are living forever. You're right though. You're like
Yeah.
shopping, I feel like more as a werewolf, right? Because like you're constantly messing up clothes, which like I would just constant I would
You're
right.
ripping through you're
I
ripping through
mean, they'd
stuff.
be like, "This is your 5th time at Goodwill today," you know what I mean? And it's like, well,
Yeah, I think that's the
you know.
smart
Yeah.
option there is you get your
Yeah, you gotta do
secondhand
secondhand. It's good
clothing.
for the environment, you're reusing and then,
Yeah.
also on the fact that it's getting destroyed anyway, so, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Or
ripping right through it
vampires,
like the
you're going
Hulk.
to like a nice like, Men's Warehouse or Express,
Sure. Yeah, you definitely need to
you're
class it up
getting
more as
getting
a
a tailored
vampire.
suit most of the time.
But you're only out at night. A werewolf can go out during the day.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I think that's what it comes
Yeah.
down to. I think I'm team
Yeah.
werewolf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess just for sake of, fairness, I guess I'll go team vampire on this one. Just so we're right down the middle there. I guess I'll go or team it team team Edward.
Here here's here's another fun one. Would you rather have Michael Myers stalking you silently for a month or Chucky targeting you every
Oh
single
my
night?
god. Michael Myers, for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want Chucky
I think with
Chuck
Chucky, it might get a
oh
little
my
annoying
god.
every day,
He'd be constantly and it'd be terrifying.
but he's
He is really
hilarious.
funny. That is fun. That is true. He is gonna, like, crack jokes, and that's nice. Where
He
Michael's
is.
just like
But it's like, that's exhausting
yeah,
every
and it's just
night.
like it's
Like, let me sit down and watch my
a lot
stories,
of jump
Chucky.
scare, a lot of like, "Jesus," like, "You did I didn't even see
Yeah.
you," like that, like, yeah,
Right.
so, yeah.
Yeah, but Michael's lurking
Yeah,
in the
like, right now, if I
shadows.
look past out my window, he'd be, like, in the bushes right there, and I'd be like, "I gotta go."
Yeah. Or in your
Right, I gotta
closet.
go.
Michael
Yeah,
loves a
he does.
closet.
Does. He's always yeah, constantly.
All right,
All
here's
right,
the
that's a
last
good
one.
one.
Would you rather be trapped in the house from the
Mm,
strangers or the forest from the Blair Witch Project? Let me do that one more
okay.
time. Would you rather be trapped in the house from the movie The Strangers, or would you rather be trapped in the forest from the Blair Witch Project?
I guess I go Blair Witch Project.
I think the beauty of that is like at least you're in nature and you're getting a lot of outdoor
Right,
time, but you have that sensation that you're constantly
that's
lost.
true. Do they see the witch? Or are they just hearing
So here's what
they're
happens in The
just
Blair
hearing
Witch. You kind of or you're being
yeah,
stalked and she is like calling
right,
to
she's just
you. And I think she's
yeah, right,
luring
like a
you
siren,
into a
right,
basement.
into the basement,
But in The Strangers, man, they're tenacious. They are going to get into that
right, and
house.
they're just fucking with you the rest of the time before they actually come in.
Right.
They're just
Right.
knocking on doors, breaking windows,
Breaking the
sending
glass.
Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia into the house, and then you accidentally blow
Yes,
his
that's
brains
right.
out.
Yeah,
What's
yeah. That's a
what's that
tough one,
actor's
though. That's
name?
a tough one.
Glenn Howerton. Sending sending Glenn Howerton into the house. It's so funny that he's in that.
I know. I know.
Yeah, I would probably not want to be in the house with that. And I have a lot of records, so they're constantly making my records skip, and then they're getting all
Right.
scratched up, and then I'm like,
Mhm.
"Come on, guys,
Mhm.
like, put it back in the sleeve. They're in alphabetical
Yeah.
order."
Breaking
Right.
the windows is
Yeah. You're
fine.
s
Ruining
Yeah.
the vinyl is
Yeah, that's
another
a
thing.
first press, that's you're
That's
you're
right.
messing it up.
It's
Yeah.
rude.
You're scratching it. It's my Merle Haggard CD, my vinyl, my Merle Haggard vinyl.
Yeah. They've got no
Yeah.
class, those strangers.
I remember when I saw that movie in theaters, my grandma was a big old country music fan, right? So in that scene, I was like, "Hey, this is Merle Haggard," and the song is called "Mama Tried," and it skips, right? That's the part
Yes.
that and I remember when I got back in the car, I had it on my iPod, and I was with like a group of friends, and I just like turned that on, and they were like, "What the hell?"
It's
Starts
triggering them
screaming, yeah.
immediately.
That also
That's
has that
great.
great song by I'll think of it. Hold on, let me look through my Rolodex in my head. Joanna Newsom. Song is called
Mm.
"Sproutin' the Bean." Ter
Oh, good
Terrifying
name.
song, but look up, "Sproutin' the Bean" by Joanna Newsom. That is,
Alright.
the song that plays in the credits, I think. And it's spooky
Okay.
Halloween song. Good Halloween, good to throw
Okay.
on a playlist, throw that on your party playlist. Stop the party with an eerie, creepy
Sprouting the
Sproutin' the
bean.
Bean by Joanna
You
Newsom.
should play that and then go outside in the window
Yeah.
and then, like,
Oh,
tap
yeah.
on the glass
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
always been on my ever since that movie came out, it's always been on my, Halloween playlist every year because that's a good one.
That's great.
We're running down on time, but next week we're next week we're in the hall. We gotta we gotta get on here. We're on the countdown to the day. We got
Yeah.
Friday the 31st this year. Next year is gonna be Saturday the 31st. So we got a
Yep.
nice Friday Saturday 2 years in a row for Halloween. Perfect for the weekend for everybody going out this weekend, next weekend. But yeah, well,
Yep. We'll definitely be
yeah.
covering Halloween in all of its glory in next week's
Absolutely. I'll
episode
try to
and Sprouting the Bean.
I'll pull up some of my favorite Halloween jams and
Love that.
man, there's so many, right? I mean, there's just so many classics.
Well, great.
But all right. Anything else?
Thanks for
Yeah.
tuning in again to the Monster Pulse.
Yes.
Once again, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, please share it, like it,
Share it, care
subscribe
it,
it,
love it, and
sprout
sprout
it,
it.
bean it. But yeah, we're on Monster Pulse on all of the social platforms, and we'll
We'll
see
see
you
you
next
next
week.
week. Chris, go ahead. Cue the wolves.